But emotionally, I have felt when somebody is treading on you.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like this is what I mean about the internet. Like, do you actually care? Like, do you actually care? And I don't know, I'm getting emotional, but do you actually care about things? Or are you just
Talking.
trying to attack people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel the
If
same.
you cared, you wouldn't be saying, oh, why didn't you come out? What if she was scared?
Simple man with no
Like,
car and
simple,
homeless man
like-
can control a woman and make her feel some type of way.
With less than.
With less
I've had
than.
men that I bring more to the table and I'm there crying over you.
Yeah.
Let alone billionaire Diddy and you're changing my life. Do you understand what I mean?
Hey,
Hello and welcome to your Aunties Could Never, your favourite aunties on the internet. I'm Auntie AK, the auntie of all aunties, and I'm here with...
I am Nana, aka the Black Fairy, aka Dark and Lovely.
And I'm all things sugar and shade Sade.
Hey! And today we are joined by the UK's Queen of Chat, the no-nonsense, straight-talking, hour-round-the-way diva, Miss Zeze Millz! And we'll have baby boy Dave. Hi, Dave. How you doing, honey?
Dave's in the building.
Yeah, Dave is in the building. And I'm...
Such a whore.
Do not... Dave, don't have it from mummy.
He literally goes to everyone.
Oh, no, I want him to feel like he loves me only.
I'm really sorry. He does go to literally everyone.
Oh, serious?
Although there is this woman around my area that one time she turned up at my front door and tried to accuse me of dropping rubbish outside her house.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I know, it was really weird. And she tried to say hello to Dave the other day and Dave didn't really take to her. And I think
Good.
Dave...
He knew.
Because she came to the door. And whoever comes to the door, like Dave always is at the top of the stairs, like just pre and sees at the top of the stairs. He must have not liked the vibe that
Dave is just... Would you get...
But
Yeah, go on.
wherever we go, he gets loads of attention.
Of course.
Yeah, like all this, but he's a really good dog. He loves everyone. He's very quiet. Sometimes he does a little snorting when he gets excited, but he doesn't bark much. He hardly ever barks actually. Yeah, you'll forget he's here at one point.
Yeah.
You'll just like end up
Get
falling
used to
asleep.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bubba. Unfortunately, Auntie Farah's not here. She's in big girl, bad boy meetings. So she sends her love.
Hey.
And she'll be back next week. Yeah. Okay, so Ms. Zeze is going to be joining us for our usual run of the things. We're going to be doing Enemy of Progress, Welcome to the Family, and solving you lot's crazy, wild, nonsense dilemmas. We will also be getting into Zeze's business. How do we hear about Zeze's business, I hear you cry? Well, guess what you need to do? Sign up to our YouTube membership for only...
$1.99.
$1.99.
That's $1.99.
It's a bargain.
That is a bargain.
It's a damn bargain, right?
Because what can you even get for $1.99?
Nothing in life, really,
And
apart
now
from
you're
this.
giving them good content.
Extra aunties.
$1.99.
Yeah.
With the Queen of UK
You
Chat.
can't even get KFC anymore.
Really and truly, not
I
a
think
complete...
it's like maybe KFC fries.
You can get
About.
like,
Maybe.
remember KFC variety meal back in the day? $1.99 for the box.
There you go.
Do they still do that?
I don't even know.
No.
Everything's like £5 these days.
Probably not.
Everything is £5.
Or a weird price like $2.79.
Exactly.
Like
and
why?
then got straight for the 4p shekels.
You know what I mean? No, I'm saying, yeah.
Nonsense. So, okay, so if you sign up to our YouTube membership, you get this type of chat with us and Zeze. Also, if you're listening on Spotify and Apple Music, you know what you need to do. Give us ratings. How big our rating should
We only
be.
want 5 stars. If it's not 5 stars, we don't want it.
We don't want it.
We don't want it.
We don't want it. And also, if you're listening on Spotify, please don't forget to leave your comments.
Yeah.
We are going to do a special comment show. Look out for that. It's coming soon. And that's it. But now, let's get into Enemies of Progress.
Yes.
And I don't think it's any surprise, guys,
Who we starting with? Who we starting
is our
with?
biggest enemy of progress, Mr. Sean Diddy Puffy Love Combs.
Diddler.
Did do it? Did do it?
God.
Did he do it? Yes, he did. Did.
I mean, he did it.
He did it. And he's done it.
Yeah.
And we're not happy with what he's did and done. So basically, if you didn't know, you've been living under a rock, CNN, the news channel, released a video last week showing Diddy chasing his former girlfriend, Cassie, into a hotel lobby. And it was a horrible, absolute trigger warning. If you're going to go looking for it, it's a horrible video.
It's so disturbing.
It's very disturbing.
It's so disturbing.
He chases her down. He beats her, basically kicks her, beats her, throws stuff at her, drags her. And it's very apparent that she's trying to get away from him. Now, Cassie had made these claims on her civil lawsuit that she settled with Diddy about. She did that. He denied it. He said it was a pay grab. And other women who've come forward, he's dismissed it as pay grabs. However, the video has been released and it was apparently that Diddy paid the hotel at the time 50 grand to keep the tape. People say the tape was either acquired by the FBI raid or someone had copies and leaked it. We don't know who sourced it to CNN, but they did. And I think it's actually good that they did. So then after this is released, internet goes nuts. Then Diddy thinks it's okay to take to his internet and film himself giving the weakest ass apology I've ever seen. It was horrible, narcissistic, and very, very, I think, insensitive. He didn't mention Cassie, but apparently his lawyer has said that because of the legal terms of their civil case, neither of them can mention each other again. So that's apparently...
Cassie's lawyer verified that?
I'm not sure, but that's just from... All I've got it from Diddy's side, that's what's confirmed.
Okay.
So I don't know if...
They can't use each other's names.
Yeah, at all. So that's apparently why. But there were a lot of people he could have apologised to around the way and made that much better an apology. So basically, finally, Diddy cannot be arrested for this incident because of the statute of limitations have exceeded. And this incident took place in 2016. What are you guys' initial thoughts about this enemy of progress?
I think that it's very sad.
Yes.
And I'm going to be very human here. Okay. I know everyone loves to I think it's sad all around. I'm not sad for him. I'm actually sad for all of us, if that makes sense. Because we grew up on this person, on this era. I don't think we understand the impact he's actually had on the culture, if that makes sense. So I think it was when I saw that, when I saw that video, I genuinely could have cried when I saw that video because it was so sad. When I saw her running down that hallway, when I saw him running down, I felt he looked so sinister. So there was so much venom in him. You could see the desperation to get to her so that she couldn't leave. That's what made send shivers down me. It was I have to get to her because if I don't get to her, then she's gonna leave, and now everyone's gonna know that I'm a horrible person. You know when you can see when someone's so evil, you know, that desperation. And it was you obviously this is just normal because there was no regard the fact that there was a hallway of other rooms and everyone was oh, they rent the rooms out. But even if it's your team in those rooms, you clearly don't care that people can hear her. Maybe we can't hear the sound or whatever, but there would have been noise. There would have been his noise, if not from her, definitely from him. And the fact that you're not worried that no one's going to come out of the door of their rooms to see what's happening lets you know that this is clearly something that happens over and over and over and over and over and over again. And that's what made me sad. It was just I wonder how many times this has happened to her. I wonder how many times no one's come to help her and she's just had to kind of just lie there selflessly. And also on the other hand, I wonder how much he must have psychologically, mentally abused her that she feels like she can't leave as well. Because I think that's another thing. That's what made me sad as well, is a lot of people will say, oh, why didn't she this, or it took this long or whatever. And I think sometimes also as I've got older, because I've always been doing commentaries on stuff since I've been maybe 26 or whatever, I started doing whatever. And I think what this has taught me as well is that things that you might comment on when you was younger, maybe when you're 25 and ever, and you look at things and you be oh, why didn't she this or why didn't she that? And even before this, I stopped commenting on people's relationships because as you get older, you realise things are not black and white.
Yeah, there's nuance.
Do you know what I mean? So you might be oh, why didn't she marry him? Or why didn't they get together? Why she's been with him for 10 years. And I think all of us at one point probably said something along the lines of, well, how comes they never got together? Or da-da-da-da-da-da. And it kind of made you be you don't even know what's going on behind closed doors. You don't know how broken people are. You probably deliberately didn't get pregnant. You probably deliberately didn't want to get married because you didn't want to bring a child into this thing. But what I was saying is that it's an interesting thing because I've grown up on seeing this person create a scene, create all the people that I love, Mary J. Blige, SWV, all these people that I adore. He is the reason behind all of these people. If you think about it, you created a whole movement,
culture.
like, and a whole culture. So it's kind of like you're now like, what the hell? Like what do I now stop listening to every single thing that he's ever done? Because I've even heard that I saw Peloton, whatever they're called.
Peloton.
Peloton taken down
his library.
Him, but Bad Boys as well. So
that's
it's
the thing. It affects the whole thing.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, where do you and it's kind of like you're mourning a loss of something that you knew, or someone that you thought you were aware of, or kind of what, you know. And now it's just like, no, you're actually a really bad, disgusting person. And yes, everyone loves to do this whole like, oh, there's always been rumors, but I think also, especially our generation, we kind of grew up in an era of rumors but no internet, if that makes sense. So the rumors were there, but they never stuck. So you might hear it and then you would move on from there. Right. But
then it yourself.
Right. Whereas nowadays a rumor comes out and it goes viral. So it's a talking point, and it's constant. You're constantly reminded of it. No, a lot of people are saying the apology. I think that's the only thing he could have done. It was a shit apology. But if he did that, that is the only thing he could have done.
He could
have done anything else.
Well, how do you guys feel about the apology?
I think I need more clarification on when you're saying the only thing he could have done. I get it to
as
a degree.
Public, because if he
had to do a video.
He had to do a public video.
But he needed to
the video,
really be accountable.
Of course, but the video was shit.
Yes.
So when I saw the video, my first thing was I wasn't shocked that I saw the video.
Right.
I was kind of like, well, yeah, I would expect this to happen now, because because what are you going to do? Stay silent?
I would have rather he'd stay silent in this moment, let it for a and then do the work, because that's why his apology was shit.
Silent.
No, for the moment it was too soon. Straight after, more or less. So I feel like
honestly, that was just a display of his ego.
I think he should have waited.
I think
he
did need to be quiet, actually, because it's like, I think he did actually need to let it breathe, because this is the same thing that he done with the lawsuit, right? It came out, he shut it down immediately. Do you know what I mean? He has to kind of show his presence, and you see it in the video. The guy's in his towel. Do you know what I mean? Like, and he's committing such heinous acts in his towel because he has that kind of authority. He got that video from the hotel, didn't destroy it, kept it as leverage. Kept it as leverage. This is his ego.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
Publicly, as in, if I think, because my thing is, if he stayed quiet, then we would have had something to say. But my thing was, then when I think the reason why he needed to do it as quickly as he denied it, because you denied it so quickly. Yeah. So now we've seen it. What you got to say? What? There's nothing for you to wait for. Although
it makes it so disingenuous. Though.
It does.
Do you know what I mean?
Doesn't help.
It's just like, this is a show to him. It's a fakery. It's just like, okay, now's my moment. I've got to say it like this. I've got to, just literally talk around the houses and just center himself in the issue. Do you know?
Not that
it wasn't well crafted.
It needed to be a video, but I think he needed to be very honest.
Yes.
And really atone for what has taken place.
Yeah.
Where he skated over it and was like, I was in a really dark place.
I was drunk. Alcohol.
Like, I have a problem with anger. I've had a problem.
And alcohol.
And
women.
And drugs.
And do you know
just
what I mean?
lay it all out on the table.
Lay it all out on the table. And then what can we say?
Yeah.
I think the issue is that he tried to make it seem like it was an isolated situation.
Exactly.
And we all knew it wasn't an isolated situation.
We know it's not.
It's an occurring thing. So to make it seem like it was just that one moment where you lost your shit and I got really drunk and something happened. It was like, no, mate, we know that this has probably been going on forever. So
and the fact that literally within days before, like, time will tell, truth will tell, or whatever, you're posting arrogantly, you're showing pictures of your family, you're honouring Kim Porter, where I definitely am very much siding with the fact that her case needs to be reopened. I do not believe the results of her death. I don't. I need to say allegedly or whatever. I don't believe she died how we believe that she passed away, unfortunately. He's been so arrogant. So this is just another formula of his, as you said, his ego. And he definitely, as we were saying, should have paused for a second. Even if it was a day, sit down, really go through what the hell am I going to say? Because this is just going to get blended in, folded into his character that we're seeing. You're an egotistical, if it's narcissist and wicked person.
And a good way, good. Because
also good. Yeah.
Because sometimes we try to skirt over that. That is just somebody.
Yeah.
They are egotistical, and actually, no matter when you were going to do that video, that character was going to come through because that is you. So actually, just show us now, because we can all see through it. We don't need you to sit down and come up with a calculated way. You showed your true colours yet again. We've seen through it. Thank you. Goodbye. Like, it was a load of rubbish. We all knew it was going to be a load of rubbish. Really, he couldn't do nothing. There's nothing you can say or do. You might, to be fair, you should just deactivate your account.
To be honest,
that would probably be the best thing he should have done. Actually,
he should have done that.
Deactivated
he should have done that
and never come back again.
But the thing is, his ego is so big, because the thing is, he's sitting there saying this apology, knowing full well he cannot be prosecuted. Do you know what I mean? He's winning no matter what. Like it's just like what we're dealing with now is the court of public opinion. But then, as it stands, no charges have been brought against him. Do you know what I mean? That's the facts of the case. There's nothing.
Although on the internet streets they are saying that this week
something's coming.
He's probably going to get and it is on racketeering. So what's out there is that CNN put this out probably through the feds, and they do this to kind of give a signal warning for anybody that wasn't talking to start talking, because it's like, we have video evidence on what he's been doing. So you could be implicated if they do bring RICO charges, like you was racketeering, you was a part of what he had going on. So even not allowing her to leave, she said she was sex trafficked. Who was there? Who was your security? Who was also implementing that she couldn't leave places? Who was following her? Because it's all in the 50 pages that I read. There is people that would hound her. So whenever she even managed to leave, she had to go back. And then blowing up Kid Cudi's car, that sends a signal. No man is even going to be like, they're going to want to be with her.
So in that moment, who do you think also needs to go down with him?
So just before you quickly get there, just to point out though, with that, with the police doing, well, allegedly the feds giving this to CNN, allegedly, there is the other side of that there might not be a case, and this is why they're doing it. Do you know what I mean? That
to
they don't have
to destroy his character.
Right?
Do you know what I mean?
They can't get rid of him that way.
Only thing they can
they can do.
They can cut the coin.
Totally like
eradicate him.
You are ceased now because we've all seen it.
Right.
It can't be like, maybe. We can't have all of those men that was out there being like, we need more evidence. He needs to be charged. We've seen what he's capable of.
I don't know.
So the people that have come out, like either showing their side of the thing, like Tiffany Red, Cassie's friend. You've got what's his Roger Bonds, the security guard, right?
Ex.
And then you've got all these other people like I saw this and I saw that. Should they be held accountable?
No. It depends.
Maybe Roger Bonds, as the security guard, has something to. If he had stopped something, but not Tiffany Red as a brethren.
No, I think that everyone loves to do this kind of, they should have said something.
Sure.
You should have this, you should have that, blah, blah. But again, I don't know, as I get older and I see things differently in life, and I like to look at things and give people grace. Not Diddy, no grace for him whatsoever. I'm making that very clear, no grace. But I'm saying the people around him, like the bodyguard, like whoever, who are on his payroll, who have families to feed, who don't want to be blacklisted, who would want a job at a next time, who have constantly seen how powerful he is, what kind of movements he can do, how he can maybe X somebody out, how he can blacklist them. I think when you are outside looking in, it's very easy to be like, well, you should have this, you should have that. But when you're in it, and you are, you're maybe scared, or and you've got a livelihood for your own. I think everyone's morals are tested, and I'm not saying they're right or wrong, but I think everyone should be a little bit more graceful when it comes to that, of like, oh, you should have this and you should have that, because when you're in it, everyone, and that's what I mean. It's always like the roadman or the girls that have got roadman baby fathers and your uncle is a roadman or your dad or whatever, and you all got this yap. Snitch on your dad, on your
people,
or your people, or whoever. Like, do you get what I mean? And these people are not even giving you payroll or money or keeping your lights on. Do you understand what I'm saying? But you have a sort of loyalty towards them. And I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm saying everyone. I don't like how people that really have nothing to do with it are now getting the grunt of Diddy's bad behaviour.
I agree.
That's what I don't like.
I hear you, but why I say it depends, because I want to know what you witnessed, what you were responsible for, what you wasn't responsible for. Do you know what I mean? I need more details. Because I think I hear what you're saying, and obviously like normal human psychology and dynamics and all that kind of stuff, how things work, in terms of like groupthink and all that type of thing. But at the same time, if you're witnessing abuse and you don't do anything, do you know what I mean? Then that abuse is set to continue, as it has, according to Cassie's case, for X amount of years. And it's not just her. Do you know what I mean? Like, she is at the forefront of this because of her case, right? And the video is about her. But it's not just her. There's many other people. There's another one that came out today. A model, I can't remember her name, that was allegedly drugged by him. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like there is a pattern of abuse. And it's just like there are people there that are complicit, and those people that are, and it can be proven that they are complicit, need to go down.
But my thing is yes, they are complicit, or yes, they may have seen things. But because even when I said about if he's done it, he's obviously done it in front of loads of people before, which I still stand by. And then someone in the comments literally said, like, it's hard enough for your normal woman who has a normal man to leave, who doesn't even have that amount of money, that amount of power, that amount of I can do, let alone somebody of that, someone like Diddy. So I think that when you're dealing with someone of that power, I think the true testament maybe of someone's character, because I think when you're in it, like I'm saying, like, also we don't know, I think also again we don't know how many times the security guard might have taken Cassie to the side and had a word with her and said, do you, like, you need to leave, and or whatever, or had conversation. We don't know the ins and outs. I think the true character,
go on.
Now when they need to step forward, if they remain quiet. Now that they have the opportunity to step forward and speak up and, you know, defend her, now that she's come out publicly, I think now that is the true test of their character.
I think that, and I do think the industry needs to change in itself. I think the people who are the handlers, PR companies, agents, managers,
100%.
security firms, I think top level, you guys need to readdress your morals and your codes of conduct, because I understand that celebrities and talent are seen as like cash vessels that make money for the industry. But there has to be a point where they're not just a blob of money-making thing, that you forget the humanity and you forget that actually these people, whether you're getting someone that's from the, in quote, the hood, who's just been thrown into the limelight, loads of money, and so they're starstruck. There is an origin story, there's some backstory to some of these people that are just confused by the industry, how intense it is. Or you've got someone who's come from a privileged background, they've come into this thing and they're used to people picking up after them. If you don't have morals within your company and organization that, okay, this client of ours is either on drugs, it's got an abuse problem, if you guys are not willing to readdress your company morals, like actually if this client is, we're going to get them help, we're going to pull them out of the limelight and let them get help or do something like that.
I think that's what it is.
I know it doesn't pay, but that's the thing.
I think that's how it is, though. I think it's
got to change.
Where it is. It actually sits. It's not the people that work for them that we should now be like, you should go to jail, because they actually, like we said, the power of dynamic will never. They're never going to feel like they can say. It's the people, like you said, the actual organizations, like the record labels, who actually have power over Diddy, who then he would be scared of. Diddy's not scared of the security guard. No. He's not scared of the handler, because all he's going to do is say, okay, I'll re-employ another one. But he's definitely going to be scared of Ciroc or whoever that says, actually,
I can pull their money,
and we're going to pull the money from you. You're going to be the record label. Okay, we know like what you're saying, and that's where it sits. It's with them, not the people that the cook.
But it doesn't excuse the people. Sorry, just to say. Go on.
Sorry, the hotel as well.
Yes, the hotel.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
It's just like,
and it's 50K.
You saw a crime.
Yeah.
You saw a crime took place, and instead of taking that to the police, or even making a copy and taking it to the police, you sold it to him
For 50K.
You know what I mean?
And not that it's right. The amount that you sold it for is so basic.
Yeah, exactly. But then
the room
again,
is expensive in itself. That's why celebs go to those institutions.
Yeah.
Because you have that contract of, we are not going to tell.
Yeah.
Apparently, what is being said is that a security guard there, she did actually manage to leave and go to her apartment. And when she came back again, because she was scared, they were like, we think you shouldn't go in and you should press charges. And she said, I don't want to press any charges. So that's when they sold the tape to Diddy. That is apparently what is out there. I mean, the company is defunct now.
Actually. The hotel's Intercontinental.
I have a question though, because there's lots of people.
Just to go back to what you, again, about the big establishment, again, it's like the people on the internet say if room service saw that incident, they will now say the room service should lose their job.
Yes.
But it's actually the hotel, because it's only the hotel that can hold him accountable. The person that's doing room service can never hold him accountable because he's bigger than that person.
I don't.
So what I'm saying is, like, it has to be the bigger people, and it will never.
The industry needs to shift.
What's your My question is, so people are having a go at Misa for coming out and basically being like, Diddy needs help, and my trauma has now been like reignited because I've witnessed this and I've been through it. And they're like, Misa is Justin's mum. And obviously that was the first woman. So they're like, well, if you had stopped him back then, before he even got this powerful, he wouldn't have gone on to abuse Kim Porter, and so on and so forth. So now she's getting backlash for coming out and being like, yes, he did this to me. And there is a wave of people being like, why didn't you report him years ago?
But we've
20 years.
We've got this is the same thing we're going around saying that victim blaming and do you know what? Black and white. Yes, if you had come out back then, maybe you would have stopped him. But we can't. But then what was her trauma? What was she going through? And much younger, scared. There's so much things that you can't kind of quantify in black and white terms that this person, and you don't even know if it would have stopped.
Is there anything that the baby mothers?
No, this is what I'm saying. He's too powerful. You're dealing. Do you like? That it makes me so annoyed when people say things like that, because when you're in something like that, and I've not experienced domestic abuse or whatever, do you know what I mean? But emotionally, I have felt when somebody is treading on you.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like this is what I mean about the internet. Like, do you actually care? Like, do you actually care? And I don't know, I'm getting emotional, but do you actually care about things, or are you just
talking,
trying to attack people?
Yeah. I feel the same.
If you cared, you wouldn't be saying, "Oh, why didn't you come out?" What if she was scared?
Simple man with no car and homeless man can control a woman and make her feel some type of way.
With less than.
I've
had men that I bring more to the fucking table and I'm there crying over you. Let alone billionaire Diddy and you're changing my fucking life. Do you understand what I mean?
Paying
what are you?
All the bills.
You're breathing.
You think like that.
I mean, I am breathing.
You're breathing.
I just think if you can't blame you can't blame
No,
her.
I am a tad conflicted. Not because I don't think you should victim blame at all. Not that. But I do think that there is, there needs to be more care for, like, the gravitas of how big this is, right? No one's denying that he's a very, very powerful man and everything. But I wonder, and maybe it was just an emotional response, but I would argue that I don't think it was the right time. Do you know what I mean? Like,
for me,
because not just because of like what's happening at the moment, just because the way social media is, you was never going to get a positive response. Okay. It was never going to be that, because that's how people are. They attack. They don't want to understand. Do you know what I mean? And I just think, like, to protect yourself, that maybe that wasn't...
Because this is another thing with socials. It's always, well, it just wasn't the right time. So then when? Because then now, if she didn't speak then you're going to be the same people that said, well, why didn't she speak earlier?
But she
speaks 2 weeks down the line. Well, when Cassie released it a month ago, why didn't you back her then? And there's always going to be...
No, there's no kind of real right time, but I wouldn't I would hope that she's gone in that expecting to be a backlash. Do you know what I mean? You cannot go into that. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Being naive to say that it's going to get a positive or you're going to get people rallying behind you at this moment because of those very things. And you have to think it through. People are going to, and rightly or wrongly, question you. They're going to question your silence. They're going to question your inaction. They're going to question those things because in our society, when women suffer domestic abuse, about 50% of them blame the women anyway.
Yeah, they do.
Do
you know what I mean?
Okay. So I appreciate her talking though. I think it was solidarity. I really wanted somebody to come up and be like,
okay.
But can
more
I say
people
something?
as well.
I'm not being funny. I don't know why everyone's shocked because she already tried to finish Diddy the other day when the son got when he got arrested for the DUI, and she was just like, "I've had enough of protecting you."
Yeah.
She was already from then doing. Listen, motherfucker, I've already had it. I've already done protecting you, and now I've protected you, but now you got my son doing whatever in the environment. No, whatsoever. But I just think, like, I don't think you can. I don't think you can say that. I just think it's not fair on the.
For the last bit, the celebrities that have spoken up, you had Kelly Price saying a prayer for Diddy. She got backlash. Dr. Umar was sarcastic, saying he's probably going to revamp as a TD Jakes pastor.
I mean, you know, I'm a Umar fan. I actually agree with him.
Slim Thug has reneged on his kind of initial diss. Now he's like, that was appalling. Not Lil Boozy, what's his name? Lil Scrappy said he'll throw hands when he sees Diddy. And then Camron, in his way of, Camron came on CNN and decided to say I'm annoyed with Camron, but I mean, he went on CNN and spoke about Diddy.
Why would anyone think Camron was the person?
But
they know what they're going to get.
Camron is one of the most ignorant people out there.
Precisely.
To the point where if my thoughts align with Camron, I'd question.
The thing is,
literally, anytime I see Camron, when Camron was agreeing with Drake, I was like, I knew I was a smart motherfucker because he's so ignorant. Yeah. I know I'm on the right path.
But people are calling him a genius for his moment on TV. Do you not think he was genius for what he did?
No.
I mean,
the PR spin of it.
I don't think it's genius.
It's not genius. It's
obvious.
Textbook Cameron. But at this moment in time, this is a serious issue, and he was booked because they want to take the piss out of black men, and he fulfilled that. And I think he went against. I don't care if he had done that with a white pundit. It was the fact that it's a black woman that he was speaking to, and CNN have been quite horrible to her, and it's documented. It's like they want her slot gone, and he kind of fed into that. And as a black man, I would want black men to support black women, and we didn't get that.
Looking at it objectively, like. There were times and I was just like, okay, well, he's answered the question. How many times do you want to, he said, like, what more do you want from him? And then she's like, yeah, but how do you, what more do you want from him? And
not to say, I hate when people say, because I've been in the role, when I produce a radio show, and also being from the British Practice and having been called to talk about diversity matters, they run down, not necessarily all the questions, they say, we want you to come on the show and talk about ABC. This is why I've stopped talking about diversity issues, because I'm like, I'm not being a pundit, and they look for someone who's for and against, and they want to pit you against stuff like, you know how it goes, right? Yeah. So he knew what he was being asked for. They do not deviate and start saying, so Camron, let's talk about your history.
100%.
It's a 4-minute slot.
Definitely.
And it's about Diddy.
100%.
Camron, you were told. Going on, and then they was like, you're a genius. No, you're fucking not. I'm so incensed by his behaviour.
No, I know he would have known what their segment was about, but my thing is like, he answered the question.
He did, but you don't have one question in that section because you're not going to deviate off your script. Hello. You got questions to ask.
He asked the question 5,000 times over.
No, but she asked three. No, she asked a question about Diddy. He answered decently. Yeah. She asked a question about the Mace and why he went with Biggie. Yeah. And that's second. He answered that quite reasonably. Then she said about the wider.
Dave, no.
Then he asked about the wider industry. She said, like, that covering up, what do you think? There was that. Then he started to, I'm going to slap some cheeks after I drink my drink. And then she asked a final question. It was a roundup question of her segment. And then he's like, who booked me for this? Why are you not talking about Diddy? Shut up.
This is why you're here.
Enemy of progress. Fool. Sorry, you pissed me off.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Look, you're in trouble, Dave. Don't let mummy tell you off.
He is an enemy of progress. He is. he is. He definitely
Okay,
is. But I think it's fair. We expect that from Camron, no?
I didn't.
Yeah,
I don't.
so ignorant.
Well,
Him to be
But
ignorant.
You lost versus anyway. Team locks.
He absolutely.
I do rate you, like looking at the UK, I do rate you though, Zeze. I know you had a little bit of backlash with your comment about or putting thing out.
So
do you know what I mean? It was very annoying actually, because I'm just like, what are you supposed to say? And then also as well, I thought it was like a lot of integrity in what you said as well.
What
do you
was
know
that?
what I mean?
Sorry.
Because she put out a tweet about saying that she was disgusted by what she saw and stuff. And there was backlash against it. And it's just like, well, aren't people seeing that? There's people that also met with Diddy that same week who have said nothing.
Yes.
Who've
But also,
absolutely said
even
nothing.
this is what really blows my mind, and it's about kind of about the first baby mum. Probably maybe I got a bit teary eyed because it is really annoying because you realize people just kind of jump on you. They don't actually care. Like I'm saying, you don't actually care. You just enjoy this moment of being able to jump on someone or to prove that someone's wrong for whatever people love. There's this weird thing of like, I need to show that I have a high moral compass. They don't have a high moral compass. Use you to show that my moral compass is here. If that makes sense. And it's like, okay, it's weird. And then they just jump on you and attack you. And I just found it interesting because it's like, oh, you know, there was this narrative that I had sat down with him after. First of all, common sense, because once that the civil's case was put out, he hasn't done an interview since then. I've not seen him talk to anyone since then apart from on his actual thing. He's not done any press, right? So again, logic has gone out of the window. And then secondly, devil's advocate. Even if I did decide to sit down with somebody that had been accused of whatever, exactly like Gayle King sat down with R. Kelly, exactly like my girl sat down with Prince Andrew, and exactly like Louis Theroux sits down with actual convicted rapists, killers, goes to prison, sit down to hear their stories, Piers Morgan, to hear their sides, all these things. Like, that is what I do. I sit down with people, I have interviews. Sometimes I will be like, no, I don't want to touch it. Sometimes I might be like, okay, yeah, I do want to touch this. You know, people brought up the whole Noel Clarke thing. Yes, I made a decision to sit down with him because I felt like it was a conversation that needed to be had. And I did that. Okay, cool, fine. And I stand by that. Just like, again, she sat down with Prince Andrew. Do you know what I mean? But it's like with me, I don't know what it is. I think because of how I came up, I don't know if people see me as a journalist or as an interviewer, if that makes sense. So it always just seems like, oh, I'm just sitting down with these people just so I can get clicked. Or have it, or like, it's just, you know, and it's like, well, no. Why is it because it just sits on my platform? Now it's bad. It's kind of like you said, you can't win. If I didn't say nothing, it would be a problem. If I did now, it's, oh, you're this or that. And but also, I just think people enjoy it as well.
They do.
Yeah, and also that in that moment, as you were saying, when you were first speaking, that kind of, you know what the rumours are, and it's not that you're waiting for evidence, but you're caught up in also the legacy of him. I went to his concert before all this came out. I'm not going to pretend I was there, and I haven't seen Diddy in the whole of his career, because the times when he came, then Bad Boy came to London, didn't get the chance to go. So this was me selfishly
people are lying.
ticking that box.
Everybody was excited when he came. That was a moment.
Bad Boys was the soundtrack to my life.
Lives.
To our
Yes.
Teenage.
Up until now, he's still managed to be relevant.
That is the soundtrack. From like my first song is like Mace, tell me what you want. I remember that. Mace, Brandy.
Bless you, baby girl.
All these things, you know what I mean? SWV, somebody. I pumped that song. Like even any Biggie song, you're going to hear his voice. Do you understand what I'm saying?
It's so annoying.
The soundtrack to all of my life.
And I'm with you on the sadness.
And it's just
sad, actually.
Because you're just like, wow.
You just ruined that for your madness.
He's produced, he's featured.
He's mentored, he's like...
It's a lot.
When I watched the documentary of Mary J. Blige, he literally started a whole movement, a whole way of R&B. How we saw the baby, what's her name, the first one, the baby,
Misa Hilton.
Misa. She created Mary J. Blige's look.
The look.
That whole
listen to that, and now she's selling up Giuseppe Zanotti boots.
My whole being almost. That whole like swag of like R&B.
All right, Can Diddy come back? Can Diddy come back?
Never.
No.
All right.
And he shouldn't.
No.
He shouldn't be able to either.
What he's gonna do though, he is, unfortunately, and I'm not even saying this in a bad taste, he is the new actor now. That's who he's going to be. He's going to be the ultimate villain. Do you know what I mean?
No.
I mean,
what
like,
he's involved in
terms of what it meant,
that.
like, do you see what I mean? Like, kind of thing. I think it's the
shall I
same.
tell you why he'll never be able to come back? We're in a different era now.
Yeah.
So that's why R. Kelly kept being able to come back, because there was, like I was saying earlier, there wasn't socials, there wasn't this constant reminder. It might pop up there and then we'd forget about it. It can't. We're in a different era now. Social, they won't allow him. Anytime he posts something, they'll just be booming in the comments.
Yeah.
No brand's going to want to touch him. What brand's going to want to touch him?
We shall see.
Do you know what the thing is? Humanity disappoints me every other day.
100%. There's that too.
I don't know.
There's that too. I can't point blank. I don't, because he's got that way. Watch him be a super mega pastor. That one I can see. His church will be filled.
He could start a caboose.
He could. A cabal. All right, guys. Let's move on.
Diddy, though, if that makes sense.
No. Yes,
Diddy, as we know,
no, he'll come as Pastor Combs
and finished, and that's it.
Mate,
100%.
I do feel sorry for his
children. Of course.
That's where my
who
heart
I feel
goes.
sorry for.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what is wrapped up in the sadness as well.
Yeah.
You now, that is your dad's legacy.
Yeah.
Yes,
At one point,
imagine.
you had the coolest dad, and now your dad's, that is what you have.
Yeah.
That is what your dad is going to be. That's what you're going to go to school and have to deal with for the rest of your life. Those poor girls.
Yeah.
People talking about your mum, saying your dad, all these conspiracy
Yeah,
theories.
that's
They
awful.
see that, all that stuff. Do you know what I mean?
They're 16 now. They've seen all of that.
You can see all of it.
They just
That's
done their
what breaks
prom.
my heart.
That's what I'm saying. And then the comments on the prom, and then people are like, don't come for the girls on their prom.
Exactly.
The prom is a set time. It's not like they're trying to time it. Let them be teenagers.
Exactly.
They can't be accountable for their dad's
And that's what I mean
actions.
again. It's like, do you actually care? Because why are you even under 16-year-old girls post being
Right?
Yeah,
Are you mad?
Yeah, that's
You
what I'm
don't
saying.
care.
But-
They disappoint me all
But
the
Justin,
time.
don't do another rap. Don't do that.
I know. I don't know
Yeah,
why
yeah.
he did that.
Don't do that rap.
Of all people, 50 Cent as well.
Come on,
Like, come on,
relax.
man.
Fucking better.
No.
All right, let's move on
Anyway,
to Nana. Who's your enemy of
Okay,
progress?
so another disappointment. Amber Rose has come out in support and she's endorsing Trump. She has let all of her followers down and loads of people from the black community because apparently she was a member. And what she said on her post that has got everybody up in arms is Trump 2024. And people have now brought out all of her various tweets and posts where she was gunning Trump when he was in presidency before in 2016. She also at that moment said that she would leave America as well, which she never did. So they're like, okay, Amber Rose doesn't stand for anything. No. It's probably been purchased. What say you?
Quick disappointment. What happened to the slut walk and empowering women
Slut
and
shame.
such?
Slut
Slut walk. It was a
slut
slut walk.
walk,
Yeah, she had about 2 rounds of that, and then I don't know. It's just, to me, I can't take her seriously. I never liked her or disliked her. She was just there. I think she said that Trump's like reminds her of Kanye. There's some things like that.
I mean,
it's just talking.
Well, probably true.
It's just talking. I don't care. Just relax.
I don't know. Jocelyn told us, Jocelyn recently
Called her a
told
white
us.
woman.
Yeah.
she said she
Karen.
was a Karen.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's kind
Karening.
it's Karen behaviour.
This is my thing. So I saw she put in the comment. I saw a comment. I think it was on Shade Room. They posted it. And I think she was basically saying, like, do you think Biden cares for black people? Like, Biden don't care for us either. This is the best out of the two out of the two worst type of thing. She didn't say that, but she kind of said this is the best. He's when it comes to like abortion and all these type of things, which is obviously ridiculous because that is not the case.
Yeah.
But I do think that I do feel for the black people in America.
Yeah.
Because either way, you're screwed, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Biden came in. I mean, my girl, where she disappeared to, we ain't seen her
Kamala.
since they dangled her in front of them and said, she's going to be for you. And then
And do stuff.
You go, like, literally,
Can't do
if you go
nothing.
into
Hug in America.
If you go into the comments, where was she? Whose show was she on the other day?
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore.
Mamala.
Yeah. And then everyone in the comments was angry with her. Like, black people are angry with her. They're like, where have you been?
Yeah.
So I do think in America, they're a bit
true.
stuck. They're a little bit like,
Yeah.
Biden did all this, I'm for you lot, but really since he's come in, nothing's really happened.
Yeah.
And then Trump, it's like, what the hell?
He just lies.
He's going to bodegas and saying, because of my criminal association, blacks will like me.
And
like, are you reducing
and
us?
gold trainers.
Gold trainers.
Because that's
we're
what blacks
basic
like.
starlings
Okay.
attracted to shiny stuff.
I just, so that's what she said in the comments. I've never really taken to Amber Rose either.
Same.
Yeah.
I've never really taken to, I never agreed with the slut walk thing. I thought it was a load of bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, whatever.
Really trying to reclaim, and he did it in the wrong way. In the wrong way.
I didn't think, I thought it was a load of rubbish.
I didn't mind her too much, but I didn't mind her, but like I didn't like the way that she was treated.
Fair.
I thought there wasn't much difference between her and the Kardashians, but she was treated much worse, and I didn't like that.
That's
you
true.
know what I mean? I remember not liking that. But like, I don't know, she makes strange choices. And it's just, someone said like she's angry because Cher took her man.
Imagine
and this is her new project for real though.
She does get project. Do you know what? She's like, when she's emotionally down, she picks up a project.
Yeah.
And Trump is
that's
the new one.
Also, that's how she manages to stay current.
Relevant.
Yeah.
And it's that.
I think she should be added to that block list. Just block her.
The celebrity block list,
Yeah.
Celebrity block list.
Yeah. Find a new way. You're a lovely girl.
Yeah.
Apparently, Waka Flocka is also supporting Trump as well.
But
They're not. I think a lot of them
only a bank.
I think a lot of them are just like Biden's blah, and Trump is better than him.
They're appealing to the shiny man that's cool. Like, I don't understand why you would even listen to him. It's crazy, but
This guy is literally in court
on trial.
It's so bad. And for that alone,
silencing
you should just not want to vote for him.
a porn star. Amber, what are you talking about? Oh, come on,
That
man.
made no sense.
All right, Sade, who's your enemy of progress?
Okay, so my enemy of progress is Zara. Zara. You might ask why? Why Zara?
organisation?
Yeah.
No, not the part that I go to.
So no, all of it. Every single last piece of Zara. Because model Anouk Yai? How do you say that?
I think it's yay.
Yay?
Let's say
Anouk Yai. Sorry, apologies. You guys know my pronunciations are off, so forgive me. She is a world-famous model. She was talking about, she just went on, I think it was Twitter the other day, and she was talking about some past experiences. And she said, you know what, guys, let me just tell you a story. Back in the day in 2019, I was on a photo shoot with, she didn't say the name at the time, but she said that she was on this photo shoot and the photographer called her a cockroach in Spanish.
Liberties.
Called her La Cocorina.
La Cucaracha.
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 Yes, which is freaking out of order. Everybody on set laughed. It was in obviously different language, but everyone said laughed, made her feel uncomfortable and everything like that. She did tell someone, she reported it. They admit in the beginning, it seemed like they were taking it seriously. And then the person came back to her next day and said, oh, well, they're saying that you made it up. Like, do you know what I mean? They said, originally they said, oh, the photographer's not going to be there. He walked past her on set and they was like, oh, you made it up. So yeah, she was really, really, really upset about it. She ended up in tears. She was basically said, I'm going to leave. And then she was advised against going public about it as well, kind of thing. So basically, Zara, as you know, when you go into your shopping experience in Zara, to get anyone's attention is a problem, right? Yes. They have not responded. They have not responded at all. Do you know what I mean? They haven't said anything, but they do actually have a history of racially profiling people in their stores. So yeah, are we surprised? Will you be giving up Zara? Does this affect you in any way?
I like Zara clothing. I can't lie. But Zara have been known to be racist for quite a while now. So are we surprised? No. I think at this moment, I'm feeling in a block ban mood. I'm going to stick by it. I'm not buying anything from Zara. I'm going to back her.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's the general consensus? Everyone online saying they're gonna.
There's a call.
There's a definitely.
There's a call to ban Zara.
To ban them.
Yeah, to
but
not
also,
buy.
Can I just say again, like I was saying earlier, about the thing about the organisation and the thing.
Yeah.
Again, my girl didn't come out. Look how long this happened. But that's what happens when you are the small fish in the thing. You're never gonna.
You can't.
Until she feels like she's got the leverage, and she probably didn't want it. She could never, because again, she'd be scared to be blackballed. Now she's not gonna have any other work, etc. And that's what I mean. That it's so easy for that to be your thought process, and then you know what I mean. Let alone something of the scale of abuse and all that kind of stuff. You're just going to keep quiet because you just think to yourself, why not? Why would I come out? Because no one's going to believe me. Because look at that, the photographer, that small scale photographer, they believe the small scale photographer over the model. But I'm not saying small scale, but do you know what I mean?
They treat
all the power.
Like talent as usual. They treat models ridiculously. You're just there to take a picture and be just manipulated. I mean, it stresses me out because I do live in Zara. I'll figure it out.
There's
I'll figure it
places.
out. It's my jam. And to be fair, this is what makes it really difficult to live on Earth, because it literally
because you have to just basically make your own clothes.
I'd like to say use kitchen towel, kitchen paper to make my clothes.
Then you got to check where the material.
The kitchen like literally, it's very difficult to boycott everything.
Because a lot of people say, the same clothes that you can get in Zara, you get on Shein now. But then you can't do that because the slave labor.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, allegedly. To be fair, all stores allegedly have slave labor attached to it.
This is the thing.
There's not, unless you make your own clothes at home.
It's hard. They are actually all made in the same type of factories, and all they do, sometimes the processes are more detailed for the higher ends.
Yeah.
But what they're doing to the factory workers happens in every way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But even if you are making your own clothing, it's how is the materials being made?
God, Jesus.
The levels of it are all there. Really, what they say is to be the most conscious is to use up what you already have and remake from there.
Yeah.
Or to buy clothing in secondhand stores and reuse those materials.
Upcycling.
Yes, that's supposed to be the most ethical.
If you live near Westfields, they do that every so often. They have like pre-loved clothes. I haven't frequented that yet. I'm a bit snobby. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm admitting I can't. I'm not there yet.
You know, some people believe, like, because I always thought that would be a good idea, but one of my friends, and it stuck with me, told me that, like, the essence of the person is in the clothes.
Yeah.
And I believed it, so I was just like, nah.
I mean, I'd be sleeping with randoms. I mean, not randoms, but do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you don't know. I mean, you do know, but, like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You could, like...
No, I'm literally all... But off in my head was clip, clip, clip.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I've probably frequented people that I didn't know fully.
Yeah. It's that.
And they're literally inside of me, let alone something.
Yeah, like wearing their clothes.
Do you know
that you've washed.
Like,
to be fair,
it's a mindset. With these things, and it's just like...
It's whatever makes us survive the day.
He says the right things.
He gonna come.
I get it. You don't know where he's been.
You know what I mean?
That essence.
It's what you need to survive.
And it's spiritual. And after I put it in the wash, Jessica's gone, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's my man spiritually.
Left his remains. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like when you put it like that.
Where are we jumping to, girl?
Let's go to Welcome to the Family.
All right, my love. We're going to welcome some people. No, listen, my Welcome to the Family is classic. It's for all the aunties out here and the mums. Clay from Love is Blind, his mother, Margarita Gravesend, for her classy response to her son's embarrassing antics. So Clay, who's known from Love is Blind, Netflix's show, Love Dating Show, he's known for stringing Amber A.D. Desiree along and in the series, and in the end he dumped her on the altar. That's the way it goes, but he was at liberty, I think. So recently he decided to share to the world the woman that he's linking, Selena Powell, who has a history... No slut shaming or anything like that. However, she has a history of being linked to quite a few rappers and prominent men in the industry. They shared a video of them cuddling, intimate, doing all sorts of sexual and stuff. And then so people thought, which is rude, you must go and tag his mother and say, yo, look what your son's doing. And she was like, no people, not today. She said, Happy New Day. First, my number one rule for folks following me on social media, don't send me any inappropriate videos. I'm not going to call you out, but you know who you are. Second, I didn't know who CP was until everyone started sending me her YouTube information. It's very interesting that some men will lose everything thinking that the apple is good, but it's a forbidden choice to do better. Do better. The deceiver uses old tricks to attack and destroy. Clayton Alexander, you know Jesus will allow things to occur. He's still trying to get your attention. Please surrender to him. In closing, I pray that everyone reading this gives the same attention to other things that matter, like helping support your local food banks and volunteering in your local community. And I was like, that was a gracious response.
All I want to do is
relax.
turn my head in shame.
Yeah, like you got told.
That was almost as good as Sharon Osbourne's read to Amanda. Did you remember? Did you see that read?
No, when?
That was the read of all.
Amanda who?
Holden.
When?
You lot didn't see when Sharon Osbourne read her.
No, she did. What did she say? Didn't she say?
It's almost. It's like screenshot material. Like almost like
no,
I
she
take
did
some of those words and put them in my.
I don't remember.
She read.
No, it was
like,
recent, right?
It was like maybe like 3 weeks.
I don't know this.
Yeah.
Sometimes white people's world, I don't take notice.
Sorry. Amanda basically said that she shouldn't have been bad-mouthing Simon on Big Brother.
Right. That was
and like she's the reason, like Simon's basically helped her, Sharon, and basically Sharon gave her the classiest read I've ever seen. She basically was like, I've always been about this life. My dad was a rock star.
Yeah, for real.
My husband is a rock star. Like the money, she said, the money that I got from X Factor, I used it to buy a few bags. That's what she said. She's like, I'm sorry if you know, because of Simon, this is the only way that you've been able to, and your husband. She even said, I understand your husband's employed by him as well. Like she
just buried.
She buried her, and I said, yo. One day I'm going to be able to.
Just put it to the point.
One day you can do that now.
But the way she did it, it was so.
I know Kelly looked over that. She was just like, "Yeah, mum."
Okay, go.
But it was on the level of that. When I saw that, I said yes. I was so happy about that read.
Yeah,
I said a mother.
Yeah, and that's a mother.
I don't want mums getting ideas. What? My mum, don't get ideas.
No,
don't do this.
My mum does not have internet for a reason, social media for a reason.
I don't want to get ideas.
No, but when you're dragged into the conversation where you were minding your own business, because you talk, don't drag me into this nonsense. My son knows what. So you're addressing it nicely. And then come off. I don't want her to then now have a reality show and do all of that. That was nice.
That's the thing.
Neat.
Yeah.
And her son should know better.
He did apologise, but then shut up, Clay.
He's
relax.
always apologising.
Relax.
That's his
He
life,
is so annoying. He annoyed me on that programme.
Yeah.
AD dodged everything because they were only going to be married for a year anyway.
I was
she was too.
She was like, babe,
you should see it for the signs.
Just chill.
She thought she could not even change him. She thought she could love him into loving her.
Yeah.
She thought she could pour into him so much that he was going to end up, he was going to see that she was this amazing woman.
Yeah.
You know, like when you know certain man, you're like, you know you should leave them alone.
Yes.
And we've all done this. And then we'll be showing them like, I'm just going to make you see the man that you are. Hoping that when they realise the man that they are, then they'll be like, if it wasn't for you, I never would have realised the man I am.
Yes.
Yeah. We always forget.
It never works.
No, they will use you. And then that girl that was putting boundaries in place, that's the one they'll marry.
Yeah. Always.
That will be like, I'm a match for her.
Yeah.
Not you.
Yeah. Who's so willing to give up yourself for me.
Yeah.
I don't trust
Change
that.
your whole being apart from your lashes and your hairstyle.
And knowing that I'm not worth
she
it.
needed to change.
Yes.
The lashes.
Yeah.
And the
lashes
hair.
was too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
He's showing you.
Lashes.
No, but you're neat.
Yeah.
And you're.
Your lashes are not.
There's no comparison. Relax.
Lashes were
I can see her lashes were her whole.
You can see your face, right? Yeah.
I can see your
your eye.
Yeah, no. Too much.
Who else are we welcoming to the family before we get into dilemmas?
Okay, so Democrat Jasmine Crockett.
Yes.
We are welcoming her to the family.
Big up, bad girl.
It is not often, the Democrats, they like, you know what? I think it's what Michelle Obama says, like when they go low, go high. Yeah? Do you know what I mean? And she was just like,
No.
I'm gonna go low.
I'm gonna drag it to hell.
Do you know what I mean? mean?
Yes.
Absolutely love it. So basically there was what do you call it? Oversight committee hearing or something like that in America. You know, they have a lot of these.
Yeah,
and
they stay in them
she
rooms.
was talking and Marjorie Taylor Greene basically interrupted her. She is a witch as far as I'm concerned. She really is. She interrupted her and said, you know, I don't think you know what we're here for because I think your fake eyelashes are messing up what you read.
Rude.
Really?
Imagine.
With full chest.
Full chest.
Like you can speak.
She thought she ate.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
really
she did, she did,
Do you know
she
what I
did,
mean?
she
She really did.
She did.
Then AOC was just like, no, this is unacceptable. Strike this from the record right now. How dare you attack someone's physical appearance? Don't do this. Do you know what I mean? And Green was just like, hold on, give me a minute. So she was just like, oh, you know what? Let me clarify something. Let me just clarify for the record. Let me clarify. She asked the person, what is it, a chair or something? Do you know what I mean? And she asked them like, if I start talking about someone's bleached body, bleach blonde, bad built, butch body, would that be a problem?
It was the guy sitting next to her, and he was like,
He was trying.
Do you know what I mean?
put the head down.
The chair was just like, what?
What's that now?
What? Do you know what I mean? And yeah, so everybody was just like,
hair in your mouth.
oh,
Come.
Dave.
Dave, come.
Dave, do you want some water?
No, he needs to get it out.
He needs to
Here,
get it
come.
Go on then, Dave.
Dave, come.
Go to mummy.
I'm serious.
He's like, I'm in trouble. No, it's okay.
It's
There
all
we
right,
go.
Dave.
Come on, Dave.
Or did you get rid of it? Did you swap it?
Oh, there we go.
It's like, I'm good, mum. I'm good.
It was a great read.
It was a
It was
fantastic read.
absolutely amazing. And we need to see more of that.
Yes.
You need to fight fire with fire
Yes.
at this point. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's absolutely necessary. The elections are coming up in
Yeah.
November.
Maybe.
Like, you can't let these Republicans just say whatever they want to say and there's no comeback. They absolutely should destroy them every second.
Absolutely. I think Democrats have been too lily-livered, to borrow your word, and they've been too much going higher. It's not that you want to get scrappy and dirty in the way that you're just talking nonsense, but you've got to fight fire with fire. And the classic is with facts. She spoke facts, Jasmine did.
Yeah.
It's true.
Butch body, blonde witch. Or what, bleach blonde.
Bleach blonde, because
It's an alliteration of...
them women hate
They hate.
bleach blonde.
Yes, because you're not
it.
natural. You're
It's
not...
not natural, babe.
You're in the chair
You're
like I
you're
am.
fake like the rest of us.
Yes. All right.
My welcome to the family is Terrence Howard. And I never thought that I was going to welcome Terrence Howard to the family.
I'm with you.
But absolutely, like, so everybody, please, if you can, do 3 hours of your life. Just watch his interview on Joe Rogan.
big commitment.
Now, I don't know.
He is something else, that one.
I don't know if he's a
Intelligent,
genius
isn't he?
or mad. I don't know. But this dude, if what he's proposing could change the whole world.
Yeah.
It could. When I say that we are going to be flying, all of us are going to be able to fly in our cars by 2030. If he is correct, this could take place.
What did he say?
He has
Listen, had a
figured
lot.
out, basically, he's completed what Einstein's equation for the theory of the world. So he's like, gravity isn't pulling one way. That actually, if I've understood it right, it's electricity and gravity runs this world, like the whole universe. And he's been able to come up with a different type of periodic table where everything is just different frequencies of hydrogen. And he's figured this all out and figured out the flower of life. It's mind-blowing. And I never thought I would watch it like, what? Terrence Howard has figured out.
Watch this.
He's saying math is all wrong.
Yeah.
We have our basic foundations are flawed. And he goes through it's like 2 squared and 2 cubed comes to the same principles, which is 1 point something or another. And he's like, how can it be that? So that means that what we have as our foundations is flawed. It doesn't work. And then he's like, 1 times 1 shouldn't be 1. It should be 2. So the fact that everything is times by 1 and we have that flat line, again, maths is flawed. So we're not actually using this universe to the full potential because we're not seeing it right.
Wow.
Listen,
I don't know.
I started watching it. Go on.
No.
I haven't finished watching it. I was enthralled. And before he had the kind of DV rumours about him, and I didn't fact check again, like what happened with him there. I was a big fan of him. I think I like him. I like his look. I like him. Yeah. But when his voice and when he was talking, and Joe Rogan, someone in the comments said, just if you wanted to know, Joe Rogan only spoke for 13 minutes in this 3-hour interview.
He don't talk
because he's actually enthralled. And the fact that Terrence has got patterns, he's been given patterns for his theories. So it's not like he's talking nonsense. And what I really like, because I've always struggled, I'm not good with data and fact numbers recall, but philosophy, and in my imagined mind where I was in a different world university speaking to professors, this is where philosophy and theory and discussing the world and how it works. This conversation, I wanted Terrence to be my professor and I wanted to be in my, Jada Pinkett in different worlds and be like, yes, professor, and having those conversations. And ask loads of questions. This is I was just like, oh my God, I actually love you in this moment.
Oh, I need to give it a watch then.
It's 3 hours. I haven't got through it, but he's not, you can have professors debating and scientists arguing about your theories, but he's up there.
Asking for.
Yeah, because he said Neil deGrasse Tyson.
But he's an enemy of progress.
Well, there you go. He refuted some of his theories, but it was like he wanted him to sway one way. It's just,
I don't know.
Yeah,
it sounds like a ramblings of a charismatic madman. Oh. But
isn't that all geniuses?
Well,
there's that too.
All geniuses they are a little bit. Well, you look at them
eccentric,
like that because our normal minds could never comprehend.
Mm.
So look at them as crazy, if that makes sense.
You know what he said? Okay, why I started listening properly when he showed the patent for AI, that is an augmented reality, and he came up with it. That's when I was like, Lucius came up with augmented reality, and they went through it. He is the one that has the pattern on it. And that's when I was like, okay, he's smart.
Well, when he's got patterns, because you don't just get patterns. You can't just get scientific, life-changing patterns. You can't.
Yeah. So why is
he has 90 of them.
So why ain't he paying his taxes?
Because he's arguing against it.
He's literally like my kin.
Because he's basically saying it's not reality. It's not real, basically.
It's not real.
He's basically saying that. He's basically saying it's not real.
Listen,
you see them type of people, they will always manage to get out of it. Because they'll do stuff like the law of the state, the liberal law.
You don't want to argue with someone that can recall. Yeah. He can recall numbers like that. One
time years ago, I spoke to some guy, and he literally did that. He managed to basically not pay taxes, not pay whatever, because he was I can't remember how he does it, but it's like a civil. If you're a civil something, then you're not of the state, and then you is some loophole.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Terrence Howard, I'm on your. Please don't mess about.
3 hours though, bro.
I've got no energy to hate you.
I didn't even realise as I was watching it got to 2 a.m.
and his voice.
Bruh, I have watched all of this.
Oh, I need to give it a go.
Give it a go.
I felt smarter afterwards.
I felt like I relate. I really wanted to relate. I relate. All right, guys, let's get into Aunties Know Best. So the first thing we're going to go for is, on the socials, Burna Boy says he's not ready for children.
Okay, so... sorry. Is that... Sorry, good.
That's what I think.
I mean, we can wrap it up right there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I'm so happy about that. Normalise more men. Yeah. How old is he as well?
33/32 or
I'm so
something.
happy that. Big up Burna, because there's too many men out here breeding up gal
when they're not ready.
When you're not ready, because you just don't actually see it as your responsibility, and that's the truth.
And that's it, really. You didn't know, just to recap, he took the socials to talk about the fact that he's not ready for kids because he grew up in a very loving environment. His mum and his dad both love him to death, and he feels the life that he's living, he's not ready to give that to any child.
Yes, Burna.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
I'm only going to counter it small. Basically, I admire him for having that foresight and stating that people stop saying, when are you going to settle down, because I'm not ready to. But also, can we have some black men that are really not infantile when they're 30 and stand for something, because he is getting older. And really, if you do want a family, I think in your 30s is a good time. And it shouldn't be the time when you're like, I want to play about. But fertility wise, when he goes into his 40s, he doesn't have the best sperm.
But he didn't say he's waiting until he's 40. He just said he's 33. And I agree. And I think it's case by case. he's in the thick of his career. He's not settled down. There's not necessarily, he probably still wants to live his best life, have fun with all the ladies.
So when's he going to grow up?
Well, this is the thing. Like, he might not grow up for another 5 years maybe, but I think that's good, because then in that way at least you're not breaking any girl's heart. You're not bringing any child into the world now that, like he said, doesn't, because you and the mum just happen to get her pregnant and now you're not together, etc. I think it's good. And I think if more men actually waited till they was older to have kids, they would be more present in their children's life.
Or be more honest about who they are in that moment, and be honest with us as on the receiving end of their foolishness.
Yeah.
Like, be more honest about where you are and who you are. And I think I agree with you in that sense, because there's a little bit of like, I just want to play around. So when do you take responsibility for your actions? Because then it becomes like, I can be a playboy. And because though your sperm might not be great, you can still create children. And if you're lucky enough to find a chick that has great eggs or whatever, and we've had that discussion, then you're going to be okay, right? Do you know what I mean? So I do think take responsibility, but also it's Burner Boy. There's loads of other guys out there. Burner might be on this path to, I'm not ready yet, but there's other guys. So you don't have to place it all on Burner.
I don't think like having kids doesn't make a man mature. Like, it's not by default just because a guy has kids.
No, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It doesn't automatically make them grow up.
Absolutely.
And that's why I think they should wait.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like, when they're ready.
They have
a lot of them. True.
And I think a lot of them, I said this, I've there tweet this about, men genuinely see marriage more as a life-altering thing than children, when it should be they should see children as a life-altering thing. But men will think three times over before they marry you. But I've had men that will not want to won't even want to be in an official relationship, but they will be happy for me to have their child.
Exactly.
Do you know how wild
that has a term? It's some kind of breeding something or another. It has a term. Like, they
breedinitis.
That's how loosely they see having children, because they know their life is not going to alter.
Yeah.
And so it's quite refreshing to hear a guy say, do you know what? I don't want to have, because a lot of, especially men with money and power, they will just breed the girls to have their last name, because they only see it as money. A lot of men now only see it as, I've got friends, they will have children. Yeah, but I'm like, she's all right, I'm giving her money. Like, and I'm like, it's not just about money. No. Well, like, even when we had an interview with Akon and he said he was happy.
I know.
For Nick, because as long as Nick Cannon had the money, that's all that mattered.
I don't have to be there.
It's
I just think there's so many immature men, and it seems to be okay to be immature. And it's like, when are we going to actually chastise people in their 20s to grow up? Like, they're not just so in their wild oats, and they shouldn't be like baby boyed. It should be like, you're a man, stand into your manhood. You're 30. What are you doing?
But also, I think it's an interesting conversation. Sorry, like you was kind of saying, I think that we should kind of, I don't necessarily enjoy the narrative of you're only mature when you've had children or married or in a relationship, because that is not the case, if that makes sense. And I think that's when the ageism and age shame come in. It's like, oh, you're 35 and no kid, no child, with no man.
Yeah.
As if everything I've accomplished in my life is nothing because I'm not married and I'm not thingy. So I mean, we all know he's probably like, he's living his best life, but I think,
I think it's just, be honest about it. He should be honest with himself about his journey. And for this, I think it's commendable that you're honest about the fact, I ain't ready for kids. I can't provide what I received. And that's very important. That's the most important thing. I don't feel like I can provide what I received to a child. And we need less broken children on this earth.
I agree.
100%.
Okay, so my black power friend is a fraud. And my good friends and I aren't speaking. I don't know what to do. She's all things black power and down with the whites. But I was really surprised when I went with her to her work do that she was smiling up with her white colleagues. I felt betrayed. What? How can she be black power this and black power that, but laugh up with the white people? I always come to her when I want...
No, that's not logical.
I always come to her when I want to discuss black issues, especially as I'm mixed race and married to a white man. I don't always have a safe space to have these conversations about race and microaggressions I often experience in my relationship and day-to-day life. I addressed it with her after the event, saying, I feel like she's fronting about her black power politics. She said, because she's confident in her blackness, I've been using her to validate her own. Let me say that again. She said, because she's confident in her blackness, I've been using her to validate my own. She silenced me with that, and we haven't spoken since. I miss her, but I also think that she was really horrible to me. What should I do? Do you think she's a fraud?
No, you're the fraud. What the hell? What is it? Like, I'm so confused. When you want to vent, you go to your black friend, and because your black friend
is friends with white
people, that's a problem. No, the problem is you, honey. But you the issue. You need to talk to someone, girl.
Do you know what? Also, but do you know what? She's not the only person that thinks that because you like love black people or you're stand up for black people that people then think you hate white people. Like sometimes I will get that. Like because if I'm like, oh, you know, black women, whatever, or someone will be like, yeah, but she doesn't like white. But I'm like, where did you get that from? Like I actually do, and I've worked in loads of environments, probably like this, which you probably thought when you're in the workplace, like it's gonna be like, go away. Like it's like, no, it's not that I hate white people. It's just that I see that sometimes we don't get. So I'm gonna stand up for my people, but I still love white people. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna be anti them, but I don't think people understand. They don't get it if they don't practice it. If that makes sense.
I get the same thing. I've had the same thing my whole life because I went to posh schools. I've been around white people. I've been fostered by white people, so I have that relationship with white people. I understand, but I'm absolutely 100%. All things blackity black. I love my people first. I am, and I'm unapologetic about it. That does not mean to say I can't be in a room full of white folks and have a good time.
And also have good friends that
My circle is black. It's all black. But I have one or two white women that I'm cool with. I have my third eye open when I'm around white folks, because definitely I understand the dynamics where you have to be cautious as a black person. You can't fall for the get-go and just think that everything's okay. There's lots of prejudices that we all haven't resolved, so things could happen. So I'm very alert, but it doesn't mean I can't be around them. So this girl projecting, because you're mixed race, you're married a white person, and shit's happening in your relationship. So you're coming to your black friend and be like, yo, black power person, can you help me make me feel better about this situation that I'm in? Do you even feel guilty about the situation that you're in? Maybe you haven't really reconciled the fact that you're seeing the world as it is and you're battling the demons of your white situation. I don't know what that is, but you can't put that on your black friend. I know she's not going to go to work. She needs to get paid, bruv. So she can't go in and be like, have fun, down with whitey.
Do you know what I mean?
Like, it doesn't happen like that.
What about Black Joy?
Exactly. She's stereotyping her.
Yeah.
She's basically, she has an image in her head of what she thinks that black people should be, especially if they're pro-black. Pro-black people are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because her friend now doesn't fit that image, now that's a problem. Do you know what I mean?
A
fraud.
A fraud.
Your friend told you.
I thought she was going to start saying she was embezzling money or something.
Do you know what I mean? Or
like,
something.
you know the ones that she started GoFundMe for the local community centre for the black kids, but she took her family on holiday. How do I tell the world? These times she just said she didn't tell Karen that she's not nice.
And she thinks her friend is horrible. That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
She wasn't, and she shut you up and face your front.
Yeah.
Go and talk to someone. Go and speak to a therapist.
Go and
apologise.
Yeah.
Right. Apologise.
No, but if the friend don't even want to talk to her, like,
that's also
understandable.
Yeah.
Also, she's probably like, oh God, get off me.
Yeah, but your friend is right. She is right.
Yeah.
She said the right thing. You are using her.
Yeah.
You're projecting, babe.
Sorry, I know you thought it was going to be for you, but sorry, sis.
Bro, start again. Where we go, Sade or me?
Okay, so how should I tell my woman she's a bad actress?
Hey.
This is harsh. Okay, my partner, 36, wants to be an actress, but she's not very good.
Hey.
Oh.
It started when she followed her actress friend to an open call for actress and she got chosen. She appeared in the background of an episode and some friends noticed.
It's not really acting.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay, let's get there. She sent the clip to everyone and now she thinks she's the next Viola Davis.
Oh, bad.
Her friend, who's been acting for years, does well with small TV and theatre parts and would inform her about auditions. That's nice. When my partner wasn't getting booked, she accused her friends of being jealous and sending her bad jobs.
What's going on with the delusion?
No, I blame social media.
Honestly.
This is what self-love does.
No, honestly.
No, honestly.
Let her land. It's true.
They cause a lot of delusion in the
self-love. But it can't be jealousy every minute. Do you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
You know? Okay. My partner started looking for auditions on her own, aiming for lead roles instead of working her way up. When she rehearsed her lines at home, it's embarrassing to watch.
Oh.
And it's when I realised why she wasn't booking jobs. Oh, sorry. And it was when I realised why she wasn't booking jobs. Whenever she asked me to read through with her, it's hard not to laugh or get frustrated.
No.
She's bad at memorising, struggles with understanding. Struggles with understanding her character and just wasn't good at acting. She's been advised to get an acting coach and she went for one for about 2 months and thought that was enough. It's been 2 years and she's getting bitter, affecting her self-esteem as well.
Yeah.
I want to be supportive, but I think she should give up. I've asked her friend to speak to her, but because of their relationship was strained, she won't. What do I do? Because I don't want the same smoke.
Pissed, man.
Just support.
you don't think true. Are we saying
Support
truth
till
is
she
not
has
the
nothing
angle?
left in her anymore.
No, you made me do the Muttley laugh. Shit. No. Till she's a broken vessel and the relationship ends, Dee.
Yeah, can't win. What do you think?
He needs to tell her.
No, he can't win. He will never win in this situation.
It's true.
Because if she's even, there's a level of delusion that only her being broken down will kill. It's true.
She needs to be on the
floor. Already, like, you have to look at it already. She's already told her friend that she's a hater.
Yeah.
Her friend didn't need to be sending her the jobs.
No.
Already, we all know I know what the acting world is like. Well, they probably look similar. So now you're my competition.
Yeah.
And I'm even sending you.
Right.
That is to show that I'm a selfish friend. And now you told me that. And that I'm a hater. So already the delusion is high. Okay. And now he's probably tried to correct her a couple times when it comes to lines. He probably bit his head off. He loves her clearly. It's not worth breaking the actual relationship.
But then but to be fair, watching your partner deteriorate in front of your eyes because of something that she's chasing, it's like, guys, we have the example of the mixtape husband or the mixtape man. You man still rapping.
And what did the women do? They support till it just doesn't happen anymore.
You still going to the concert with one person in the room.
I'll be there. That's my man. Stick beside him.
Right or that, bitch.
No, he's got to be honest.
How?
He has to.
Either way, your ending is the
Okay,
same.
let's
It's
do
gonna
now.
end. Okay.
Romeo, where art thou, Romeo?
Babe.
I think you just need to add in a little bit.
No,
more.
you don't know. You don't know. You don't know nothing.
Why do you think that you're not booking any jobs? You're shit.
Do you know,
But you
it's
would
hard-
never go there.
You have to just break it.
You can't go that hard. You can't say no. You said this.
That's
You
what
did
I'm
no.
saying.
No.
See? You can't.
No. It's babe. It's like babe. No,
Do you know
babe.
what's so funny? Yeah, because then it will never say anything. It will
That's what I'm saying.
You're not gonna say
You're
anything.
not gonna do that.
You're not
You
going to
just
say
can't.
anything.
You can't just say you're shit.
No.
You have to.
I do think you should say though. I can't lie. Like my personality, I'm gonna say. I'm just be like,
end is gonna
I can't
happen
read with you
anyway.
anymore. I'm not going to your audition.
Yeah.
I can't support this because you're not good.
I think you've got to look at other options. Look, maybe let's go for extras because you can do extras. You did that really well. Let's go back to basics.
I'm an actress.
You're not an actress.
You did
That's what I'm saying. Every single option you guys are giving, she's gonna have a rebuttal of
Also,
that you're hating.
What
So,
are you in your relationship that you can't deal with a big argument? Because
So
also
dump
there's
her?
Yeah.
No, you have to dump her.
No, you don't have to dump her.
If
but
she acts
I believe in
wild,
honesty.
yes.
I think tell the truth.
Should we do one more dilemma?
Oh, Duke.
All right, one more dilemma. We got 3 minutes.
Yeah.
We got 3 minutes.
Okay.
Quick answers, guys. Should I propose to my girl before or after I tell her about my holiday head?
Huh?
What? Say it again.
Should I propose to my girl before or after I tell her about my holiday head?
Never tell her.
Okay.
Guys, let me get there.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Aunties, help me out. I went to Miami with the boys, hit the club and met some amazing chicks. Things happened and I got some spectacular head.
Oh, not the spectacular.
It was spectacular.
Yeah,
I was literally about to lose myself, but no, it was spectacular head.
Oh.
It was truly spectacular.
Not truly. Did he do?
Wow.
Did he say it twice?
I got some spectacular head. It was truly spectacular.
Damn.
But I made a point not to sleep with her because I've got a girl.
Oh, how virtuous.
No, that is self-control right there.
Don't enable.
No, I'll be serious.
The problem is, I was super drunk and gave her my Instagram, my number, and told her I put on parties, specifically that I have a summer jam event in my area.
Oh.
I came home to my girlfriend of 4 years. Okay, she's not just my girl, she's wifey. Her birthday is coming up and I want to propose at the summer jam. However, things are
coming
on the
however, right, Ghanaian girl.
Gonna ruin my birthday.
However, things are a bit sticky still. Spectacular Head DM'd and WhatsApped me saying she's coming to the UK and has already booked tickets to the summer jam. Do I tell my soon-to-be wife about the head? Or should I listen to my boy who says I should propose before the summer jam and before Spectacular Head gets here? Or do I make an excuse to Spectacular Head and tell her not to come? By the way, she also wants to meet up again because she can't stop thinking about me. What should I do, Auntie?
Get out.
Number 3, tell her. First of all, do not tell your wife.
Yeah.
Never. If you want to keep her,
That's
I'm
why
sorry.
Zeze's my girl.
Don't tell that girl nothing. She's gonna ask you if the head was good, and you're gonna have to tell her that it was spectacular. Dead. Don't do that. That is absolutely. Tell my girl. This is what I mean about men, yeah? Why are you even trying to preserve my girl's feelings? This is where you lot go wrong.
Yeah.
You're trying to preserve a girl's feelings over the girl that you clearly like.
Yeah.
Dead that girl off and just block her, brethren. Like, what is going on? Why are you even writing in? What is happening?
You know
what is happening? It's so easy.
Man said Spectacular Head multiple times.
Right.
He wants to get reconnected with Spectacular Head.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why he's talking.
He
block
does.
her.
Right.
Does she know where he lives?
I don't know. He just said
knows about
number,
the rave.
the jam, and
Or you
Instagram.
just say to her, look, it was really nice to meet you. I know we had a really nice time. I actually, I got back with my ex-girlfriend. So then it's
Loophole.
like you're cheating.
Yeah.
You didn't cheat, and then she can't be doing that. I'm going to come to her as a woman. All that stuff. So you say to her, you know, when I was away, I wasn't with my partner at the time, but we've got back together and we're really trying again. It was really nice meeting you, but out of respect for her, I'm going to have to now block you. And obviously it wouldn't be appropriate for you to come to the event. And then just in case she's psycho, put a picture at the door.
So security knows. Nah.
Like, just in case, because from time she's booked the tickets without you even telling her to come, we already know what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
So you need to take extra precaution because she could just turn up. But yeah, don't be telling your girlfriend nothing. There's nothing to say. I always say, let me say this, yeah. If my man gets up to some freakiness on holiday, I might give it a bly.
Interesting.
As long as you don't find out.
As long as I don't find out.
Yeah, don't embarrass me.
Refund the tickets as well.
Yeah.
Make
Yeah.
sure.
Refunded the ticket.
Actually, do that before.
Refund the tickets
you even
anyway.
Talk to her. Do you know what I mean? Just do that as standard.
so he can include.
Block her tickets.
Yeah. Also refunded the tickets. Thank you for your.
Yeah.
I can send you some. I was going to
Don't, because he wants an angle. He's trying it.
Block her everywhere.
You want the head, then don't try it.
Round of applause for not going the full way.
No, I'm not clapping for
But
that.
this is what he thinks. That's virtuous.
He thinks it's a great thing.
Dipping your willy in another person's mouth. Anyway.
He shouldn't be, but a lot of men, they would have gone the full-fledged. The fact that he was able to stop there, I always say, if my man gets into the room, it's curtains. Most men, once they get into the room, they're going to cheat. I would hope he doesn't. He stopped himself from getting to that room, if that makes sense.
So would you consider head not cheating?
I mean...
Is it a side cheat, like a 50%?
It's like was she good? That's all I want.
But what if she
you're not gonna
was?
know.
What if she was spectacular?
No, I don't. No,
I want to know what she done.
It's true.
So I can
What to learn? Yeah. We're on the same page, girl.
Oh my God.
Teach me your ways.
What she do? Tell me what she did.
Yeah.
What do you mean she did?
What was it? What the side is? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I don't like it.
You know. Nan, did you say what you would do?
No, I always stay with don't tell nobody nothing.
Yeah, man.
I think Zeze's advice was spot on. Don't
Yeah.
tell, block, refund.
Yeah.
Simple things.
Yeah.
For him, but for her. Do you know what I mean?
All right, guys.
What?
For him, for him to get what he wants, he shouldn't say anything. Yeah. But for her, that's terrible, man.
What, the girl that got blocked?
No, the wifey. The so-called woman of his love of his life.
No, that's what I always say. You know when people come and tell you that they cheated, why are you telling me? Yeah. Why?
You was in ignorance.
I didn't know. I was happy before you told me this information. This is solely for yourself and your ego. When someone comes and tells you that they cheated, it's nothing. It's not because they want to tell you to make you. It's because they feel bad. Yeah. It's to make them feel better. So not only was you selfish and cheated on me, but now you're selfish again and you want to ruin it again.
My life hell.
Keep that shit to yourself.
And don't do it again.
I don't need to know.
Right, guys. That has been Your Aunties Could Never. With the fabulous Zeze Millz. Thank you, sweetie.
Hey,
absolutely, yeah, you have to come back.
Yes.
Absolute fun. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to know Zeze's business, you better have subscribed to our YouTube membership. It's only
$1.99.
$1.99. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, guys.
Hi. Today's episode was brought to you by Drip Punch. This is, it's called a punch because it actually has 5 different juices blended together and it's so delicious. I'm not even gassing. I finished mine throughout the episode straight away. It's a brilliant drink.
She really did. And this is so nice as well. This is pineapple and ginger and it's very, very tasty, guys.
Mm-hmm. So please support them, follow them on Instagram as well, and they have a whole list of where you can buy this from, and they will be supporting the aunties for a few more weeks as well.
Ooh, love that.
Exactly. We'll be back. Bye.
Bye.
Cool.